Hello everybody, it's Yvonne Fuchs here from the Slow Stitch community. I just wanted to pop on and say I wonder how you're all doing at the moment. I had a lovely online session with a friend of mine this morning. It was a sort of a meditation really, and we were sort of reflecting on the things that allow us to keep present rather than being worrying about the future. Because for a lot of us, we may feel that we don't know how the future is going to be. And for me, that can sometimes feel ever so scary. I don't know about you. And of course, one of the things that I realise is that all the work that I do with my hands keeps me very present, because you have to focus. And I'm sure that many of you are finding the same thing out when you're working on your stitching or your sewing or crochet or whatever you're doing. You're very present and you're absorbed. And I find that so very, very helpful. So I'm wondering what you're doing. What are you doing to keep yourself in the present moment and not be too fearful? Fear is a natural thing, of course, in these difficult times, but we don't want to overdo it, do we? And make ourselves ill. Now, I had a funny moment this morning also when I was actually clearing out some magazines, and I found this old magazine. Does anybody remember Crafts magazine? I think you may be seeing this back to front actually. But it was a series that you could buy, and I must have bought this when I was a young person. I'm trying to see what date it was published, 1976. Yes. So I was certainly in my 20s then. And I was just looking back, and the simplicity of things we were shown how to make. A simple bag, make some paper from old bits of tissue. It was just quite a joy to find it. And the other thing I was thinking about, and I was so moved about, was how much stitching with materials that belong to a loved one is important. There have been a few posts so beautiful, made me really, really moved to see people making things from some ties of one of their husband who had died, from shirts from a loved one, making them into other things. And when I was in Japan, one of the lovely ladies I met gave me this insight, and she said, in Japan we believe that the person inhabits the clothes that they wore. And I'm sure you can remember your loved ones wearing garments, or you had a garment that was given to you that was very precious, and that's why you keep wanting to mend it. I've certainly had a jumper like that for years and years and years. And also when my dear dad died, the only really thing I had from him was a cashmere cardigan, which I remember him wearing, sitting, listening to his gramophone. And when I put that jumper on, that cardigan on, I just felt him so close to me. So sometimes when I teach my courses, one of the things that I teach is about working with items of great remembrance and how we can use that to inform our stitching. So if any of you are suffering from sadness at the moment or a loss, maybe there's in some way you have a piece of cloth or a memory that you could work with. I find personally working from memories very, very powerful. And when I start my course, which I'm actually working on, be absolutely sure I'm working on it, I'll show you some of those pieces and I'll explain the journey that I went through. The other good news is that I'm about to put up my YouTube channel for Slow Stitch Community, which will put all these videos that I've made on there. So if you have friends who don't do Facebook but would like to hear about what we're doing and have some of the little inspirations, I hope, and the tips that I've given, they'll be able to see them as well. And I'll be telling you more about that on the actual Facebook feed. So, sending you much my real heartfelt thoughts. Big thank you to everybody. We are sharing the most beautiful stuff. So many different types of work. So much heartfelt thanks. So much kindness and reciprocity. And for me, so much joy that I started this community just because I wanted to be inspired by everyone else and seeing how much you are all inspired by each other. So take very, very good care, everybody, and I'll keep you up to date with news of what we're doing. And I hope you really enjoy your stitching and maybe find some special project that you'd like to make. Take good care, everyone, and bye for now.